put it in other programs. Now it is. Okay, so I'm glad everyone, the microphone's working now. Sorry, guys. I'm back. Thanks for the heads up, Charles Riggs, Matt Wilco. Appreciate you. 248-539-9797. My board op's got to wake up. He's got his Pepsi. Mountain Dew works a lot better. Anyways, 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? Hire It Done's here to answer it for you. Home improvement, anything around your house, I'm here to help you. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. I apologize for that audio mishap. But anyways, we've got a great show lined up. So let me tell you what it is again so that we can recap this. I'm over 50 years old, and I'd love for you to know there's a lot of things around your house you should know when you get to be my age. When you're buying a house, repair requests that you should not ask the sellers. How about things that drive your neighbors nuts? And things you need to check your house before this winter. But really quick, let me take a quick moment to talk about Salt Sale Saturdays. Okay? Beauchamp Water Treatment sponsor the show, by the way, and literally a great company. If you want bottle quality water in your house, like I have city water, so why would I need a softener? Well, not always. You don't really need a softener if you have city water. However, Beauchamp makes like a whole house water filter, and the water quality that comes out is like ridiculous. It's bottled water. It's better than bottled water. It's better. So if you're thinking about that, and think about all the money you spend on bottled water and all the waste, if you want to be green, invest in this. But anyways, they have Salt Sale Saturdays at Beauchamp Water Treatment. They're in Brighton. They also have a new place in Waterford. So every Saturday, which is today, you can get DuraCube regular at unbelievably low, $5.99 a bag. It's a 40-pound bag, by the way. Or you can get the DuraCube Red out for $6.99. And then if you want to go Gucci high-end, potassium chloride is only $19.99 a bag. And let me tell you, check the pricing, folks. It's for sure less. And you can buy 5 gallons of filtered water in the big jugs for $2.99 each. So think about that. It's the way to go. And did you know that water's a universal solvent? Meaning it picks up some of everything it comes in contact with, whether that's oil, schmutz, scoots, or any other stuff that you don't want water to do. So I just wanted to let you know about that because it totally makes sense. And it is what you want to do. So anyways, 248-539-9797. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. My name's Adam Helfman. We're also on Facebook Live this morning. So if you want to check us out in the studio, see how our antics are, how crazy we get a little bit, it happens. You know what I'm saying? It just happens. So what do you want? Let me give you a quick couple things to check around your house before winter. Think about that. Okay, so you might have people over at Thanksgiving, Michigan State game in a couple weeks. Is that next week? I think it's next week. Yeah, Michigan State is next week. You know, what are you going to do? Well, a couple things. Before you get a house full of guests, be sure to check safety features. And now's the best time to do it, okay? One of the things I want you to check is your carbon monoxide detector. Oh, wait, you don't have one? Well, you should have a carbon monoxide detector. That's number one. If you don't, go to your local Ace Hardware or big box store and pick one up. Now, they do make combination detectors where it's a smoke detector and carbon monoxide. For you, my friends, that might be the way to go, okay? And the reason why I say that is because it's one less battery to change. And of course, you know I always say get the lithium-ion battery. That battery lasts you 10 years. So one of the things to do, winterize your carbon monoxide detector before winter. I got more when we come back. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can. Rocket.
Hi, I'm Adam Helfman, home improvement expert from Hire It Done. I always hear from homeowners who like to tackle projects around the house themselves. That's why we've put together this Do-It-Yourself series to help you next time you're ready to embrace your inner weekend warrior. Hope you enjoy the video. Hey everyone, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. Today we're going to learn how to locate your hose bib that goes to the outside and how to turn it off for the winter. So the first thing you want to do to locate your hose bib shutoff is to go outside and identify where your hose bib is. Then come into your basement or your crawl space and go to the same location from the inside of your house to where it is. Usually there's plumbing supply lines to that area, and that's where you'll find the shutoff valve. So now that we've identified the shutoff valve for the outside hose bib, what you want to do is you want to turn it clockwise. And when you turn it clockwise, that'll turn the valve completely off. So the reason why you want to turn the water off to your spigot is because in the wintertime, the water will freeze on the outside of the wall, and if it does, the plumbing will crack and the water will be coming back into your crawl space or your basement. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, go ahead and click the like button. If you didn't like it, or if you think you know a better way to tackle a project, then please leave a comment for me below. And if you want more great home improvement content like this, go ahead and subscribe. As always, I'm Adam Helfman with Hire It Done, and I'll see you in the next video.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We were talking about things you need to check your home for safety before this winter. We talked about carbon monoxide detector. Yeah, they make the plug-in ones. Here's the thing. Get the one that's combined with your smoke detector. It's much easier. Good morning, Gary. My buddy Gary Tringali's listening. Want to say thanks for tuning in this morning. So get your carbon monoxide. What else you got? How about your water heater? Yeah, check your water heater. Yeah, what do you mean by check it? To extend the life of it, I mean, you got to be careful. The ones that are built today are different than the ones that built 15, 20 years ago. But what you want to do is just a little bit of a winterization. You know, maybe drain it one time. Let all the sediment and everything, all the schmutz and the skuts get out of it. That's the best way to do it. At least in my opinion, because that's the stuff that adds corrosion, that actually causes some deterioration for you. But, you know, hey, look, to each his own. I got Shelby Mechanical, my boy Ron Alexander, who, by the way, saved my butt the other day. We're going to talk about that. I have never had a disposal plugged. Finally, I plugged my disposal. So, you know, he's like, oh, you should never put anything down the disposal. I put everything down there. In fact, if I was going to murder somebody, I'm definitely going to use the disposal because I have the stainless steel one that every time you turn it on, it spins one way, then you turn it on the next time, it spins the other way. It's like crazy. So yeah, if you want to kill somebody, get the really good disposal. In fact, that's a great topic, Paul, when you're in home improvement, ways to kill people. No? How to get rid of a body? The hire it done? Here's the best way to do it. You freeze somebody. You freeze their body in the freezer. Then you go to a big box store or a rental place and you buy a tree chipper. You know the chippers? When you put a frozen body in the chipper, now you got to add wood too. So you chip the frozen body and you chip the wood and it goes, and when it spits it out the other end, you got wood chips that get a little moist and a little bit gross. And then you spread it everywhere. And guess what? Wipe your hands clean, no dead body. That's home improvement, folks. Hire it done. 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? Text me this morning. A big shout out to Meow. Meow. Hi, Adam. I need a front porch Craftsman style gable truss wrapped in PVC AZEK. Any recommendations for contractors? I live in Livingston County, Clyde Road, and right around US 23. Okay. Thank you, Joel Cherry. Shout out to Joel in his house. Okay. So, Joel, that's a great renovation. I've got some, a good siding contractor can do that. Livingston County is a good area. Tittle Brothers does that. Kanga can do that. I've got Segi Renovations. Just go to hireitdone.com. I got some really good ones for you there. But that's a good idea. I love Craftsman style. And you want an open truss is what you're saying. And then the AZEK is the white polymer, looks like lumber, but you can paint it. That's what I love about it. So anyways, that's awesome. Now it's time for what's that really cost? So what's it really cost, my friends? No one really knows. I do, because that's my business. Anyways, what are some of the costs in home renovation? This segment brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. By the way, you want to refinance your house? You want to get some equity? You want to pay for your home improvement with the lowest rates? Just give Rocket a call. Literally, my people who called me and told me they've used them for an equity line of credit or refinancing their house, cash out refi, unbelievable. They're like, yeah, it was so smooth. It was easy. I didn't realize it. It used to cause anxiety when you did all that. Today, smooth. Just smooth sailing. So let's get into what's it really cost, because this is what people need to know. What's it cost? Do you want to do it? Find out what it costs first, or you want to get the financing first? I always say get approved first, then go for what it costs. But free advice. I'll tell you what things cost here at Hire It Done. 248-539-9797. Text me. How to kill? Are you a sicko? No, I'm not a sicko. I'm a wacko. There's a difference between sicko and wacko. Hey, just ask my therapist. Every week in my therapy session, we talk about how crazy I am. And then I leave happy and smiling, and it takes me a week to fall off the wagon again. But hey, renovation costs drive people nuts too. So the exact cost of renovating a living space is different in every market. It's different in every job. It's different with every contractor. So that's the problem where you need to make sure what things cost. So the largest renovation expenses are where you really need to know things. But look, paint can play a big part in a remodeling job. If you if you buy the top of the line, Emerald from Sherwin-Williams or Benjamin Moore, or Ralph Lauren, that's a drop in the bucket. So let's look at kitchens and baths are the best return on investment, right, for cost. But what is the national kitchen average? National average, according to some people, is $20,000. Now, I laugh at that. Sure, there's a couple guys out there. Oh, I could do a beautiful kitchen for $20,000. Okay, buddy, you go ahead and do that $20,000 kitchen wherever you're at. What I'm talking about is 40, 50, 60,000. Yeah, that's what kitchens cost today for custom. On the low end. But hey, what do I know? What I do, I will tell you this. One of the fastest growing segments in kitchen remodeling is refacing. Does anyone know what refacing is? They keep the boxes on the wall and then they put new skins around everything. And that's where you have to say, yeah, is this something good? If they do it right, then yeah, get your cabinets refaced. Curtis Kitchens, you've heard of them. They do a lot of refacing. They do actually a good job. I've heard. Don't know personally, but I've had a couple people comment to me, ask about them. I know the owners, but the people after they got the job done were like, "Yeah, this guy's really good." So I'm like, "All right, well, shout out to them." It's the way it is. 248-539-9797. You have a home improvement question that Google can't answer, or you're going to stump someone? Give me a call or text me. We're open line. Well, I don't want to say open line. You can call, but really, it's texting is much quicker and easier, and that's what they want us to do. The whole world's a texting kind of world. The phone rings, everyone gets freaked out anyways. What about a bathroom? Typical bathroom remodel used to be $7,500 pre-COVID. Now, after COVID, the lowest price bathroom remodel is at least $9,000. And yeah, bathrooms for $20,000, $30,000, no problem. I'm doing a bathroom right now with my boys from CNS Carpentry. For anyone out there who knows this, I consult, project manage, and oversee some remodeling projects for select homeowners who just say, I can't handle it. I don't want to handle it. I need some help. So I will coordinate with a licensed contractor or a homeowner and help them in a project. But my guys out in CNS Carpentry, they're one of my carpentry crews. They're doing some wainscoting in a bathroom. They built some custom cabinets. Holy moly, right? Legit 10 out of 10. The homeowner, who shall remain nameless, she's great, by the way. She loves that work, and we just knocked it out of the park. But a bathroom, she's spending a lot of money on her bathroom, like not $9,000, not $10,000, not $20,000, a little more than that. But hey, it's all good. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to give you more home renovation costs, what things really cost. Brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. My name's Adam Helfman, 248-539-9797. That's right. If you got a question Google can't answer, text it to me. I'm here in studio. We'll be right back.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Hi, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. It's really cold outside. You're in the house. You got a little bit of stir crazy going on. Well, I'm going to give you 5 projects that anyone can do this winter. Whether you decide to do it yourself or hire it done, painting your interior walls is a great project to get out of the way in the cold winter months. The ideal temperature for paint to dry is between 50 and 85 degrees. So winter is arguably better to paint in because you don't have to worry about running the air conditioning because you just painted. A change of colors on the walls can also help if you're starting to feel a case of the old cabin fever setting in. There's no time like the winter to get warmer floors. New carpet is an upgrade the whole family can appreciate. But you'll have to be careful because some new carpeting will give off VOCs, or what we call volatile organic compounds. So here's a tip. If you don't want to have to crack your windows open in the cold, ask your carpet installer to air out the carpeting for 3 to 5 days before they install it. Whether it's new grout, an updated sink faucet, or a full bathroom renovation, winter is the right time for working on your bathroom. The bathroom is an enclosed interior space, and you use it every day. That means you're going to appreciate it all year long. There's no time better than the winter for a brand new steam shower or a heated toilet seat. A lot of homeowners love running space heaters in the cold winter months, and I'm one of them. But space heaters utilize a lot of power and are a fire hazard if they're not placed properly or
plugged into an outlet that isn't on a designated circuit. And speaking of outlets, winter is a great time to upgrade to built-in plugs with USB ports. Perfect for sitting under blankets and reading or binge watching your favorite shows. Insulation isn't a sexy home improvement, but it can lead to big savings in energy costs and a big improvement in your home's comfort level, especially in the cold winter months. One of the biggest problem areas for insulation is in your attic. Increasing insulation from R19 to R49 saves homeowners $600 a year on average. Another commonly overlooked area for insulation are the basement rim joists. That's the area between your basement wall and the first floor. You could potentially have almost as much heat loss there as in your attic and save almost as much by adding insulation. So we just gave you 5 really cool projects you can do around your house this winter, whether you want to save money or just update the look. This is what we're here to help you with. I want to thank you for watching, and if you want more information like that, just hit the subscribe button down below and you'll be notified when our new videos come out. I'm Adam Helfman from Hire It Done.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name is Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network, brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. And by the way, we have a great podcast. Okay. The podcast is called Contractor Therapy. Just go to radio.com or your iTunes podcast app or whatever. And I'll tell you what, you're going to love my podcast. It's me unleashed, unhinged. Okay. So it's worth listening to. It's more depth. It's more great stories of the contractor from hell or the homeowner from hell. And if you ever want to be featured on the podcast or talk about a great story, just get a hold of me, Adam at HireItDone.com. I'd love to share some stories with you. We have a great time on that. So we got that going. So what's going on around your home improvement around this house this time of year? Well, let me just say this. We already know that the water systems in our house are not clean like we want. So I am all about water quality, air quality. Did you know the air inside your house is 5 times dirtier than the outside air? So what do you think the water coming through your pipes is? Do you want it clean or don't you? So joining me on the line right now is Jared Beauchamp from Beauchamp Water Treatment. You there, Jared?
Hi, how you doing, Adam?
I'm awesome, brother. Thanks for calling in this morning. How are you?
Not too bad for an early Saturday.
Salt Sale Saturday. Don't forget about that one.
I know it.
I just did actually a live read on that earlier. So let's just recap that. So today's Salt Sale Saturdays. You got your location in Brighton and one in Waterford, correct?
Yep, correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And any deals, like you want to repeat the deals we have for the salt and all that?
DuraCube is $5.99 every Saturday, and that's the regular DuraCube. And then the Red Out is $6.99. It's an excellent savings. DuraCube's an excellent, cleanest product you can get to run through your water softeners to give you a good quality, clean, soft water. So
that's the way. So anyone who has a water softener, you're on a well, you got rust stains anywhere in your house, you need to call Beauchamps, have them come out and take a look at your water. Now, Jared, real quickly, you and I have been talking for a while now. You guys came out and did a reverse osmosis for me in my kitchen for the kitchen sink, the water out of the little tap off the side, and my ice maker in my refrigerator, which it was probably the best suggestion you guys ever made. I love that. But now I learned you have a whole house water filter. Can you tell me all about that?
Yeah, basically what we're finding, so I was watching the news the other night, and then the most recent concern, I believe it was out around Ferndale, some lead detected in the water. Pretty much what we're getting into, what we have been doing, and we're seeing more and more, is treating city water. And the system, I believe you're on well water, or city water where you're at, right, Adam?
Yeah, I'm on city water.
Yep. So, the thing we're able, what we did is we proactively put in a system so, it will take out any contaminants that come through, such as the lead concerns, which we heard about back when the water crisis was going on. Now we're hearing about lead issues possibly down in the Ferndale area. We just the thing that the municipalities do a wonderful job of treating the water,
Right.
but from the time that the water is delivered, leaves the municipality where the water plant, and it travels through all these pipes. We just can't replace all these pipes as quick as they're decaying and falling apart.
Okay.
So it really is a responsible thing to treat. The old school used to be, we're on city water, we don't need anything. Well, that's not the case anymore. You want to protect yourself. If you do the research, I love Google. I heard you just a few minutes ago referring to, Google and asking questions and stuff like that. You look up lead, look up some of the effects, that some of these contaminants can give you. And water is our most precious resource. We've got to protect it. We got to make sure that we're protecting what we're drinking, and any contaminants that may get into the water from the water plant to your house. In your house, you're now protected from that. The system we put in will filter out all kinds of different contaminants that could come through.
And that's one of the things I wanted to ask you. So look, kids are home now. Zoom, ants in your pants. I'm running around my house. You take water for granted, but now you read like there's some lead showing up in some of the other waters in the local municipalities. Does your product, and then whether you have well water, city water, and someone calls you and says, listen, I want clean water. Let's just go generic, clean water. I want no lead. I don't want any PFAS. I just want clean water. Can Beauchamp come out, take an assessment of my house, and then make sure I have clean water?
Yes, absolutely. We'll come out, we'll test the water, and really our approach is not only detecting what's in your water today, but also putting the equipment in there and anticipating what you may run into tomorrow. So you don't have to turn on the TV and then all of a sudden freak out. Oh, I got to worry about this, worry about that. We take those things into consideration and make sure that the equipment we put in there, will protect you. So you are being proactive rather than reactive.
So that's even better. So let me ask you this. So let's say I come with the whole house system where you put a filter on my house that has city water. The filter, I remember coming in your office, is pretty big.
Yeah, there's multiple different sizes, and abilities.
So it depends on the house.
Yeah, it really depends on the house, how many people are in the house, what your need is. We have a lot of people. One of the busiest or the most common things we hear about, Adam, is people coming in and putting one of these kitchen sink faucets on.
Right.
And they're like, okay, this is going to safeguard me, and I don't have to worry about it. They improve the water, absolutely, but they're not safeguarding you. I'll go into people's houses and they'll have this small little kitchen sink. Oh yeah, I've had it for years. Well, the issue is that you not only have to put in the right system, but annually what we do is we reach out to our customers for the maintenance and service on them. Because now a filter, if you have a filter that's 2, 3, 4 years old and you haven't properly maintained it, changed the filters, now you're actually going to make your water even worse.
Gross. Right. You don't want to make it worse. So the whole house system, you guys will come out, take a look at the uses of water that the homeowner has, and then you'll suggest the filter for the house and make a suggestion based on that. But people can know that the quality of the water coming out after you're done is better than bottled water, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we can design a system based on what everyone's every homeowner's needs are.
Okay.
So that's what's great about it.
That's what I love about Beauchamp. So if someone wants to call you guys, Jared, what's the phone number to call?
810-632-2000.
810-632-2000 is the number for Beauchamps. Hey, Jared, let me ask you really quick. The installation of the water, do you do any testing at all, or does it not necessary?
Yeah, we do. Every install we do testing on, and if needed, we work with private laboratories to extend the test out even deeper if needed.
Okay, so if someone's really, really concerned about what's in the water, you can go deep if you wanted to.
Yeah, we can go deep.
Okay, well I like that. That's important. We're talking with Jared Beauchamp from Beauchamp Water. So, Jared, what about? I'm always afraid of losing water pressure. Like when I turn my shower on, I want it to be like a fire hose. I need it to blow me out, right? So
Yeah.
the question for me is, you're not going to lose water pressure if you put your filter in, right?
You do, through every filtration system, you do have some pressure loss, but what we do is we manage through that very well. When we come out and we evaluate the situation, again, back to not one system fits every household. We'll look at it, and when we leave, we will make sure that any pressure loss that you're running into is going to be minimal to none. In fact, I've gone out to customers' houses to where they've had old, clunky water equipment that they just haven't serviced, and the water wasn't up to par, and we put in new equipment, and they're like, well, we just didn't want to do it because we were concerned about even having lower pressure. Well, we put in new equipment, and we put in new technology media that's inside these tanks and just the updated equipment, and they're like, oh, my water pressure is better than it's ever been. So, we look at every situation. When we leave your house, that's our goal. Our goal is to have your shower blast you down as much as it can, and usually we're extremely successful with that.
That's awesome. So, Jared, give the phone number out again one more time for all the listeners who want to get either some salt for their softener, a new reverse osmosis, or a whole house water filter. What's the phone number for them to call you?
Phone number is 810-632-2000. And Adam, one thing you mentioned earlier, when you talk about the reverse osmosis, we can also hook it up to your refrigerator to make your ice and your chilled water. So that's another benefit too.
I have that at my house. It's the greatest. Yep. That's maybe one of the best add-ons I've ever done, because the water comes out. I mean, the ice is perfect. So, Jared, I want to thank you for calling in, brother. That was very kind of you.
Much.
Good information. We'll get you back on again real shortly. Anyone, give them a call, 810-632-2000.
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. Make sure you tell them how you're done, by the way. All right, brother. Have an awesome weekend.
It.
Always.
too.
Talk to you again soon. We'll take a quick break. All right, my name's Adam Helfman. We'll be right back, my friends. This is Hire It Done.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can. Rocket.
Few things are guaranteed in home improvement, but clogged drains might be one of them. Nowadays, you can go online and you can find a million different tricks and hacks on how to fix a clogged drain. I asked Ron Alexander of Shelby Mechanical what he thinks about the do-it-yourself drain declogging methods. He said to me he would recommend staying away from any of those gimmicks. Vinegar, baking soda, or whatever else people talk about pouring down the drain. You're more than likely to just end up with a mess in the drain that's still clogged. I also don't recommend out-of-the-box chemical drain openers either. While those can be effective on some clogs, they can also damage your pipes and end up costing a lot of money in repairs down the road. But there are a handful of things you can try that are safe and do work before going through the trouble of having a plumber come out. The first method that Ron recommended was the good old-fashioned plunger and using hot water. Hot water can help break down the common clogging agents like grease and soap, and the plunger can sometimes push the clog through. According to Ron, it will depend on the type of clog and where the clog is and the shape of your drain as to whether or not plunging can effectively solve your problems. For a clog shower, Ron says the simplest answer might be the best. A lot of times with a shower, the problem is hair. And people don't realize that they could see the clog and maybe even just reach down and pull it out if they take off the drain cover. In the case of a clog that you can't quite reach, a coat hanger or a similar hook might help you remove the clog. If you're handy and you feel up to the task, you could always rent a plumber's snake at a big box store to deal with a particularly stubborn clog. Ron even has people call him on the phone for tips in the middle of working on their drain. People call me all the time and ask. I don't mind. If it's something simple I can recommend, I'll tell you. And if it's something I think we can come out and take a look at, I'll tell you that too. I always say there's nothing wrong with doing your due diligence and seeing if you can fix a problem yourself. But if you're getting nowhere, fighting a clogged drain all afternoon because you want to save a few dollars, ask yourself this: how much is your time worth? Because most homeowners, there's a point where the time is more valuable to them than what they would end up paying someone to fix it, and that's when it's time to make the call. For more plumbing tips, or if you're looking for a great plumber like Ryan Alexander and his team at Shelby Mechanical, just head over to hireitdone.com. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman, live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. Don't forget, we have a great podcast, Contractor Therapy. Literally, it's great stories, home improvement stories. You should download my podcast. Go to radio.com. It's fun. We have a good time. It's me unleashed. You got a question Google can't answer this morning? No problem. 248-539-9797. I'm here to help you out this morning. We had a few calls, a few texts this morning. Are you a sicko? Yeah, I'm sick. I live in Clinton Township. I want to extend my driveway width by 4 foot by 16 foot in one section of the sidewalk leading to my front porch. What should this cost? Okay, so let's make an assumption. In Clinton Township, you got concrete. So you got 16 by 4. Let's do a little math. No fuzzy math, real math. Okay, 16 by 4, 760. Oh, no, hold on. 16 by 4 is 64 square feet. You got to rip out what's there, put new in. So we'll multiply that times 12. $768. You should be able to get this job done for $768. Let's call it under $1,000. Okay. And here's why I say that. It's not a huge job. It's a small job. To get the guy out there to do the demolition, you don't want him to mix concrete on site because it's just bigger than doing a self mix. You got to call a concrete company. They're going to deliver a short load basically for that. However, you got to know, extending your driveway 16 by 4 should cost you under $1,000. I say $750. That's about right. Go to hireitdone.com. Amberjack Construction. We got Pete Kritzitz from Axiom. We got a few guys out there. But as you know, we got it going on. So that's the one thing. Okay, hi, I have some... Oh, by the way, you have a question? 248-539-9797. Text me. You got a question Google can't answer. It's going to be me or Shayna. Meow. Hi, I have some basement tiles that need replacement. These are the typical tiles found in most basement homes. What's the best way to replace them? Just buy close matching tiles. Looking to sell soon. Thank you. Okay. So that's a really good question. So you want to replace basement tiles. I'm assuming they're either vinyl asbestos or LVT or those kind of tiles. Now, if they're vinyl asbestos, don't touch them. You want to encapsulate them. Okay. If you put new tiles on the old tiles, it's never going to match exactly and it's going to look like a hack job. So what do? I say completely cover the floor or rip them all out, grind the concrete, and then stain or seal the concrete. Either way, if you're looking to sell soon, maybe you just leave it as is. It's not an easy job, and it's not a pretty job, and the return on investment is not great. Just my opinion. 248-539-9797. Text me if you got a question this morning. We got all kinds of good stuff. You want to watch the show on Facebook? Go to Facebook Live on 97.1 The Ticket or Hire It Done. Either one. We have fun with that. But here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about things that you might be doing around your house that drive your neighbors nuts. Okay? But in fact, if you have a story to share, like about a crazy neighbor or the know-it-all neighbor, everyone has a know-it-all neighbor. In fact, that's what made Angie's List so popular. She was the know-it-all neighbor. So what are some of the things that drive you nuts about your neighbors? Text me that. We'll read it on the air. 248-539-9797. So keeping your neighbors on your good side is always the right way to go. But you got some bad habits. Look at, I'm working in this condo in Birmingham, right? Doing some custom management. Beautiful job, by the way, if I might say so myself. Well, it's because the reason why the job's beautiful, I'm going to tell you why. The homeowner has great taste, number one. She's a rock star, number two. Number three, she's got a little bit of a big budget. So it helps. But she's very smart. Anyways, there's a neighbor above who's building this huge condo and remodeling it. And the lady who's doing that, she's an attorney. She's a bull in a china shop. And it's going to be a tough one to manage. We're going to be talking about that one because there's some great stories. I can just feel it. My experience tells me there's going to be some good scrappiness going on there. So what are some of the bad habits between you and the nosy neighbor? You got a nosy neighbor that knows it all? Text me, 248-539-9797, or a home improvement question I'd like to know. So what do you hate the neighbor that never takes down decorations? It's like, okay, here we are. Halloween's next week, and they're already putting up Christmas lights, right? How about that neighbor who has Christmas lights still up from last Christmas? Right? Who's that person? Christmas lights. They never take them down, right? It's July. It's October. You still have Christmas lights from last year. How about this? The neighbor that leaves old furniture in the yard. You know, did you ever see that? People in the front on the yard, and you got an old couch sitting in the front yard. You always have that one neighbor, and then when it's nice out, they're sitting on it, but then it rains, and then the couch gets all moldy and schmutzy and skutsy, and you got all this fech on there. By the way, I get some comments about my Hire It Done lingo. Schmutz, skuts. It's just dirtiness. Because I'm an OCD guy. I flush the toilet with my feet. Right, folks? But who's going to leave a couch in their yard? A lot of people. That's gross. Okay, how about letting your paint on your house get all ratty-tatty and gross? Right? Now, if that's the case, what do you do? How do you tell a neighbor, listen, your house is old. It needs paint. What's up? You know? If it's a historic house, too. Listen, you got to prep your house. You got to maintain. When you own a home, you have to maintain it. Now, if you can't afford to maintain, okay, you get a free pass. But when you get a new iPhone 12, instead of sanding and painting your house, there's something wrong. Your priorities are wrong. Oh, by the way, I got a new iPhone 12. I got it yesterday. My boy hooked me up. And I got to be honest with you. I'm having fun with it. It's still downloading everything. It's supposed to be 5G. Now, is the 5G on my iPhone going to, cause me to grow a third eye? I'm worried about 5G. G money. Anyways, 9 billion reasons to live out in the sticks on 20 acres with no one to bother you. Yeah, that, my friend, is the way to go. I wish I lived in the sticks. In fact, I'm a prepper. Does anyone know that I'm a prepper? I'm the guy who has all the stuff, but when it hits the fan, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got food, though, for 6 months. Are we going to have 10 days of darkness? Does anyone know that? Are you scared? Not me. 248-539-9797. Text me. So what are some of the things that drive your neighbors nuts? How about letting the trash pile up? Right? Who does that? Yeah, it's okay to put the leaf bags, and you got 30 bags. Now, I'm not condoning this. I'm not telling you what to do, but remember when we were little, there was no leaf bags. I want to be the guy that invented the leaf bag. But remember when we were little and you burned leaves on the street? You lined them up and you burned them? I used to love that. And then I used to when I was 16, I'd drive my Mustang through the leaf piles. Now, I was that dumb kid. Yes, I was that kid who drove my car through the piles of leaves thinking it was the greatest thing ever. Now, I'm lucky because as soon as I heard that people were putting rocks and boulders and crazy things in the leaf piles, I stopped doing it. But now I think about doing it myself. Yeah, I'm a sicko. The neighbor who doesn't trim the bushes on their side of the fence. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. 248-539-9797. Text me a question or a comment. If you have the neighbor who lets the trash pile up, doesn't paint their house, leaves the decorations up, tell me about that, right? I live in the country on 2.5 acres, Adam. My neighbors are 70. They will come on my side of the fence and take the mower strip right down the fence line because they said it grows through the fence and touches their flowers. Aw. So what do you do in that situation? Do you high five them or do you say, listen, 70-year-old, stay off my property? I don't know. That's a tough one. Let them, if it's touching their flowers, come on, maybe they're flower people. Have a little sympathy. What about smelly food and stinky trash in your yard? You got that neighbor that just has like the old beat up car in the back corner, the boat. He's a scrapper, like Sanford and Son. Elizabeth, the big one. Remember that guy? I'm aging myself. Text me this morning, 248-539-9797. How about ugly paint colors? You got a shed in your backyard and you painted it purple? You kidding me? Text me if you have a neighbor that just drives you nuts and leaves things around in the know-it-all neighbor. Or you got one of them. 248-539-9797. We're going to take a quick break, folks. When we come back, 9 repair requests buyers of homes should not be asking the sellers when we come back. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Do you trust the plan? I do. We've got Gary Bolson from Men on the Move in studio. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Adam.
How are you?
I am wonderful, thanks.
Glad to have you here. How was
Last
your holiday?
Saturday of the decade.
Can you of the decade, not of the year, but of the decade. Whoa, what are we gonna do?
I don't know. Blow it up.
So, did you have a good Christmas?
I did, thanks.
I
We
love
have part 2 Christmas today.
Really?
We do.
Ooh, part 2. Give me part 2. What's that?
We have, my stepdaughter and her boyfriend, and my daughter and her boyfriend, and my father-in-law and his girlfriend, and
So you got a little bit of an expanded Christmas. I'm kind of jealous, to be honest.
get good food again.
Well, here's the thing. I'm Jewish. So for me, it's like Hanukkah. And as a kid, I used to be all upset with my parents. I'm like, we got, Santa Claus. What's up with that? My mom looked at me and she goes, let me tell you something, son. It's Christmas every day for you. As much as I liked hearing that, it wasn't good enough.
Right.
So I just said, you know what? I'm going to celebrate Christmas. So I get gifts and I like all that. And you know what? I had a good time.
There's
And
nothing wrong with being diverse.
I try. Listen, I'm the Jew who eats bacon anyway. So it's all good.
Nothing wrong with that either.
I'm an equal opportunity person.
I hear you.
So, Gary, Men on the Move is the Hire It Done pre-screen mover. You do fantastic work, by the way. The raving reviews from all our clients. Thank you, by the way.
Thank you.
Is 2020 going to be a big year for you?
You know what? I'm looking that it is. I bought my partner out in March of 2019, and I've got new things on the horizon, making some changes to better the company and expand the company. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I like that. Thank you very much. So people, typically moving is like a spring, summer thing, right? In the fall. This time of year, people aren't moving over Christmas, New Year's, are they?
Yeah, we actually we're up about probably 15% from where we were last December. I mean, things have been going pretty good. The economy's pretty good. People are moving. We've got, my guys we got 4 trucks out today, and New Year's Eve we got 4 trucks out on New Year's Eve day. So it's we're still hopping.
That's interesting. And I guess that makes sense. You can move any time of the year, I guess.
Correct.
It don't matter.
Yeah, the only time in the last 28 years, the only time we haven't moved somebody is actually on Christmas Day. Every other holiday, Thanksgiving, we've moved people in the past.
And so you don't have a problem doing that as long as it's planned properly?
Yeah, I mean, as long as my guys, I have a couple of guys that are willing to work. I mean, I put it in their court. I mean,
You guys want to work,
right?
You get paid a little extra,
Right, and then we'll do the job for them. If my guys, don't want to work, they want to spend the time with their families or whatever. I mean, that comes first.
Gotcha. Makes sense to me. We're talking with Gary Bolson. The company's called Men on the Move. His website is MichiganMovers.com. Someone wants to move in the springtime. Is now the time to plan it? They should call you now and you have like a planning kit and help with tips and all that?
I mean, they should make an initial phone call at least, ask a couple questions that might be on their mind, ask how the process works. Our website does a pretty good job of explaining that as well. If you don't want to talk to somebody on the phone, go to the website. We even have an online quote form on the website that they can fill out a quote at 3 a.m. if they want, and within 24 hours they'll get a price back on their move.
Oh, that's even better. So the website's is www.michiganmovers.com. So Gary, let's give some tips to the homeowners right now who are, there's all kinds of moves. There's moving to a new house. There's moving out, downsizing. There's moving out, renovation, meaning the big renovation job. Let's talk about that one because since I know a lot of contractors, and I talked to other contractors and they said, yeah, we need a name of a good moving guy. So it's going to be good for you because the bigger projects are on the horizon this year.
Right.
Where I tell a homeowner, if the project is a major remodel, it's better to move out because the job goes smoother, faster, but at the same time, you're not living in all the schmutz, the dust, the mess. So Gary, if someone calls you and they say, listen, we're renovating our house. We want to move out 6 months, 3 months, 9 months, whatever it is. We want you, Gary, to store our stuff and then deliver it and put it back out. Is that something you can do?
We certainly can do that. We have a 9,000 square foot warehouse located in Livonia, Michigan, and we can pick up your items for your house, deliver it to our warehouse. We pad everything up, put it in a secure storage unit, and then when you're ready for your items, just give us a call and we'll schedule that to bring it back. But also one of the things that we do that a lot of companies don't is we have no move time minimums. We have a travel fee, which gets us to and from the job, but if it only takes 15 minutes when we're there, you're only billed for the 15 minutes, where a lot of the other moving contractors will charge a 3 and 4 hour minimum.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. So when you say a moving minimum and they charge 3 or 4 hours, if you get a job done in 2 hours, that's it. You're charging just for the 2 hours.
And we bill by the quarter hour, where a lot of other companies charge every 30 minutes as well. So, if it's 10 after 8, they're billed until 8:30. We bill them to 8:15.
That's nice. So there's actually some money to
And again, the reason we do it is we have the philosophy is especially a lot of times you'll have seniors that might not have family in the area or whatever that need help. If we go out there and, help them move, say, a dresser from the basement to the upstairs or whatever, they're going to remember that we took care of them, and they're going to recommend us to their family and friends. And that's what we're here. We're here for the long term, not here for the short term buck.
Which is the way it should be, I think. All right, so let's walk through a move from the start to the end. I go online. I get a quote from you online. And I'm moving from Canton to Clarkston. Not too close, but not too far. You give me an X amount of move. Before I move, and I say, listen, I got a 2,500 4-bedroom house. I got 3 kids. I got everything, a full garage full of bikes, and I got a loaded house.
Right.
And then I say, I'm going to move to this new house. Do you have to come out to the house to inspect it before the move starts, or is it an optional thing?
It's an optional thing. I would say probably 8 out of 10 times we do not come out and do an on-site inspection. We try to be very thorough on the phones, going through the checklist with people in case, I forgot about the shed out back, or I forgot about the play set and stuff. So we try to be very thorough about that. If somebody, really wants us to come out, we'll do our best to come out and do that for them. But like I said, we a lot of times we'll go out there and people will say that they're going to move all their boxes. Well, then moving day comes, and then we find out that, Adam's truck broke down, that was pickup truck that was going to move the boxes or whatever, and they didn't move them. So we try to be flexible. It's billed by the hour. We don't do flat fees.
Okay, which makes sense. So the key for the homeowner is to be strictly honest with you on everything that you have. And of course, there's always stuff missed. But I guess the onus is on you, men on the move, when you obviously have a conversation with the homeowner over the phone ahead of time.
Correct.
And you say, listen, Mrs. Homeowner, and tell me if I'm right or wrong. Thanks for contacting us. We got your move quote in. We've got you scheduled, for the 5th of the month, blah, blah, blah. But let's go through the checklist together. Then you say, you told me you have 3 kids. Is that true? You got 3 full bedrooms. You're moving these boxes. Is that correct? Okay. How about who's boxing and taping and, and all that? Because you guys will box stuff up too, right?
Correct. We will. We offer packing service as well. And we offer, some people like to pack themselves. We also offer supplies. And with a $75 order, we free delivery for the supplies to your home as well.
Which makes perfect sense.
And when they do submit a quote, if we don't hear back from the customer within a day, 2 days after the quote's submitted, we call them and let them know what the price is and ask them if they have any questions or if they're ready to make a decision yet. And if they say, we're still thinking about it, still accepting other quotes, we say, okay, just give us a holler back when you're ready. And, it's no pressure, but like I said, we like to call them to make sure they got their price back.
That's right, folks. Live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. My name's Adam Helfman. Good morning, everyone. This is Hire It Done Radio Network. Of course, my name's Adam Helfman. I'm on fire this morning. Not like every other Saturday, but I am. But I am on fire. And what does that mean for you? It means great home improvement device, great entertainment. This is the sport of home improvement. You know what I'm saying, homie? Anyways, you got a question about home improvement that Google can't answer? I'm here. 248-539-9797. We got the whole hour talking about all kinds of great stuff. So you can text me this morning and let me know if you have any questions. We're going to talk about repair requests home buyers should not be asking the sellers. Like, really? You're going to buy a house, and we're going to be talking about that. But I want to answer a few questions from the ticket text. Again, ticket text is 539-9797. Let's see. My neighbor doesn't want to trim their bushes on their side of the fence. Got that. I live in a country. Okay, got that one. My neighbor said hi. I think I'm just going to move. I love that one. I have a neighbor that started roofing siding project in February. Nowhere near complete. Looks worse than it did before starting. Yeah, well, February was right at the beginning of COVID, so maybe they took a COVID break, or maybe the contractor died or something they haven't finished. Tell them to go to Hire It Done to finish it. A great show this morning. I'll say driving down the road to my house, the mailboxes are leaning on a wood post. That bothers me. Yeah, it does. Well, you know what happens? If you have a road that's like a bigger trafficked road, sometimes the city plow guys will take, when they plow really fast, the the snow blows out the mailboxes and for whatever reason makes them lean. I hate that too. I'm OCD. If my mailbox started leaning, I wouldn't even be able to live with myself. Adam, do you have any companies that you recommend, and do you have any tips, as I'm ignorant to the subject because I've always lived in a city sewer. However, I just moved and now live on a septic. My question is, I'm looking for a company to pump it. Yeah, septic pumping is good. Now, I have a septic field at my house, so I'm the king of ruining my septic field because according to my guy, he said to me, stop using wipes. Speaking of wipes, I've reduced the amount of wipes I'm using. Why is that, folks? It's a revelation. Because I got a new toilet. And my new toilet wipes my butt for me. There's nothing better. It's called the Kohler Numi. And my girl Jen Gerzik from Kohler gave me the hookup. And now I sit on a heated seat. I sit and play music. I'm on Facebook. My feet get heated. My tushy gets heated. It's the greatest thing ever. You can't, I can say that. Right? Yeah, okay. I'm looking at my board op. He's like giving me this look like I'm about to dump all your show today, Adam. He's got his hand close to it. Don't do it. Anyways, my point is, I'm in love with my toilet. And then when I hit the flush button, or I hit the rinse button, out comes this little wand. And then it goes, just like, you know what it does remind me? I just thought about it. Reminds me of a sprinkler. A sprinkler for your tuchus. That's the best. So the question is, the water's hot, and then when I'm done, I hit the dryer button. It's like a hair blower. TMI, friends, TMI. I know. So if you're looking to buy a house, okay, and by the way, I'm always looking for really good real estate agents here in Hire It Done. So if anyone knows some great real estate agents, like I know Sarah Grapsidis. She's one of the best real estate agents on the east side of town because she does everywhere, so you don't have to worry, by the way. But Sarah gives me good advice, and she's a fan of the show, so I'm going to shout out to Sarah. She's one of the better real estate agents. But I came up with this repair requests. When you're buying a house and you're looking at a house you might want to buy, are you allowed to ask the seller to repair stuff? Of course you are. But this is where your real estate agent needs to take charge. You really should have the real estate agent do this for you. But what are some of the things you should ask a seller to repair if you're thinking about buying? So, cosmetic issues. Are cosmetic issues something that needs to be done? You know, as long as there isn't an underlying serious issue with a cosmetic issue, normal wear and tear on a house is to be expected. Whether it's a deck that needs staining or a cracked tile, nicked up paint, flaking, bubbling drywall, they're easily repairable. And maybe you shouldn't bring it up to the seller unless you come up with something like me who can see that there's something causing that. So older homes need repair. Older homes need maintenance. So if you're buying a house, remember, it's not brand new. It's not like you got a showroom quality. All of a sudden should have a warranty. So be careful. What about foggy windows? A foggy window? Yeah, when glass fogs up usually means the seal's broken on the glass, right? So can you replace just a broken seal? Of course you can. 248-539-9797. Let me know if you have a question. Hi, Adam. We just installed white 12 by 24-inch tiles in our remodeled shower. After grouting, we noticed a surface scratch that our gray grout got into. Is there a way to get the grout out of this scratch? Also, Ryan Tenen on Keller Williams in Lakeside is a great realtor. Shout out to Ryan. Yeah, we can get rid of that grout. And I'm going to show you how to do that when we come back. Coming up next, more home improvement advice, and text me if you have a question that Google can't answer. 248-539-9797. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Hi, I'm Adam Helfman, home improvement expert from Hire It Done. I always hear from homeowners who like to tackle projects around the house themselves. That's why we've put together this do-it-yourself series to help you next time you're ready to embrace your inner weekend warrior. Hope you enjoy the video. Hey everyone, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. Today we're going to learn how to locate your hose bib that goes to the outside and how to turn it off for the winter. So the first thing you want to do to locate your hose bib shutoff is to go outside and identify where your hose bib is. Then come into your basement or your crawl space and go to the same location from the inside of your house to where it is. Usually there's plumbing supply lines to that area, and that's where you'll find the shutoff valve. So now that we've identified the shutoff valve for the outside hose bib, what you want to do is you want to turn it clockwise. And when you turn it clockwise, that'll turn the valve completely off. So the reason why you want to turn the water off to your spigot is because in the wintertime, the water will freeze on the outside of the wall, and if it does, the plumbing will crack and the water will be coming back into your crawl space or your basement. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, go ahead and click the like button. If you didn't like it, or if you think you know a better way to tackle a project, then please leave a comment for me below. And if you want more great home improvement content like this, go ahead and subscribe. As always, I'm Adam Helfman with Hire It Done, and I'll see you in the next video.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Saturday morning. Big Ten football's back. Exciting, right? This is the sport of home improvement today, of course. If you're on your way to a virtual tailgate, is that what we call it? Virtual tailgate? That's kind of a cool idea. Text me 248-539-9797. We're answering any kind of home improvement question you got. Especially the ones that Google can't answer. Because I give Google all the answers. So that's how we roll here. So let's talk about some of the questions we got in this morning. Adam, we just installed a white 12 by 24 tiles in our remodeled shower. After grouting, we noticed a surface scratch that our gray grout got into. Is there a way to get the grout out of the scratch? Also, Ryan Teenan. Okay, yeah, we talked about him. Okay, so how do you get grout out of a crack in tile? Well, first of all, you want to replace that tile that's cracked, or do you want to fill it? That's number one. But if you want to get the grout out, grout can come out. Get a wire brush, a little metal wire brush. Get on your hands and knees, and you really got to be careful because you don't want to scratch the tile, but you can get the grout out, okay? I've had to take grout out with a Dremel tool once. Let me tell you something. I felt like a dentist. And it's tedious, but it can be done. So you can do that. What else you got? Adam, good morning. Recently, I lost nearly all water pressure at all hot water taps in my condo. What would be the cause and what should I do? Okay. Water pressure out of the hot water tap. Okay, so when you turn the water tap on and the hot water pressure's gone, that means to me that there's a plug somewhere coming out of the hot water heater, or your hot water heater is drained and there's nothing in it. That's a problem, Houston. I just recently had a water issue. We tried to turn the water off in a condo that we're working on, and when we turn it back on, this 20-year-old condo now, some of the, I want to say the sklits or the schmutz in the pipes got loose, and then it got caught into the faucets. Restricted the water pressure. So you might have to clean the screens, but you first go to your water heater and check and make sure it's not plugged. And then you go from there. Nearly Johnny Cam. I don't know what that one. Oh, got it. Someone sending me a text for a video. But anyways, okay, so when you're buying a house, what are some of the things you don't say to the seller, right? You don't give, listen, obviously too much TMI, right? TMI, too much information. So you don't tell the homeowner that when you're looking to buy, right? Renovations that you're planning. A house and a home are different. You buy a house and then you make it your home. Your home and my home are different. My home has a really good toilet. That makes my home a home. You see, everyone has different priorities. But again, don't tell a homeowner how you're going to rip up their old house. They don't want to know because they may love, you can insult them. Like literally, I've done that before. Sad. Just don't tell them what you're renovating. Don't tell them how you're going to rip it all apart. Now, missing smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. You walk through a house and there's no smoke detectors. What are you going to tell them for? They're selling the house. Yeah, get them on your own time. Now, what about termites, insects, pests, varmints? Those things your home inspector has. And that's things that you got to defer to your real estate agent. A good real estate agent, like the Robertelli team, they'll take care of this for you. That's part of their job, not just to find you a good house, not just to sell your house, but to help you negotiate to get the best deal possible. That's what you got to do, friends. It's all about the right real estate agent. Trust me. It's not easy. None of this is easy. 248-539-9797. Text me if you got a name of a good real estate agent in town. Text me if you have a question, home improvement that Google can't answer. I'm here. We're talking about things you should never bring up to a real estate agent. Okay? So what about minor electrical issues? Again, this is a list that you create if you're going to make an offer and you're going to get contingent upon the inspection. Make sure you do that. Okay. Hi, Adam. Do you have that crazy automated Toto toilet? Ron from the D. What up, Ron? Ron from the D in his house. I do have the Toto washlet. I do. But I also have the Kohler Numi. And I got to be honest with you. Both are really good toilets, but I'm a little more infatuated with my Kohler. Why? Because I can talk to Alexa. It heats my feet. It heats my tuchus. It wipes me. I just love it. Listen, I'm 52 years old, so how many times did I go to the bathroom last night? Twice, maybe 3 times. When I walk up to my toilet, I haven't trained my toilet to say, "What's up, Adam?" But I have trained it to open the lid automatically when I walk up to it. How badass is that, friends? Right? Yeah. That's what my toilet does. I get a little too excited for that. Anyways, look up Kohler Numi, and you'll be like, whoa. So minor electrical issues. How about outdoor landscaping, your porch, fence repairs, things around the outside of the house? What do? You let your real estate agent handle those things for you, okay? These are some of the issues that you got to make sure that you know when you're renovating a home, okay? So speaking of age, okay, especially my age, I'm 52. And by the way, you have a home improvement question, text me, 248-539-9797. I'm here to answer any of your questions. I had a negative air pressure plumbing issue in my bathroom for 2 months. Seems like it's getting worse. Can you recommend a plumber? Yeah. Go to hireitdone.com. We got great plumbers. But negative air pressure? Maybe that's a venting issue. Does it make noises when you flush? Bloop, bloop, bloop. Backflow prevention? I'm not sure what negative air pressure in plumbing is. That maybe I'll be a little stumped. But of course, we got Ron Alexander from Shelby Mechanical. By the way, he saved me last week. I had a plumbing. I plugged up my sink. Now, here's a great story. Here's how you know me as the home improvement expert trying to fix his own sink. Okay? Like, I literally, from the neck down, I'm worth minimum wage. So I run to Ace Hardware and I buy a big thing of gel liquid Drano. I buy a thing of some kind of green goop powder that you pour in and then you pour hot water on it. I bought some like CO2 powered explosive device. And I ruined everything, literally. I have a plunger. I did everything and made it worse. So even with a snake, I'm just trying to figure out how to prevent this. But anyways, I had to call Ron Alexander from Shelby. And of course, they're like, oh, yeah, Adam, what's up? I'm like, oh, I plugged my sink. Well, we're really, really we're a week and a half back. I'm like, oh, great. And so I'm not one to say, well, cancel somebody for me because I'm VIP. That doesn't work how to work. I'm just like, okay, here's the deal. Can you please call me if there's a cancellation? Otherwise, put me on the schedule for a week. And Aaron from Shelby's like, yeah, of course. And of course, lucky me, 2 days later, hey, Adam, we got a cancellation. They send their guy. Wham! He comes to the house and he basically puts the snake in there and kaboom, it's all set. He's like, yeah, I got to go 32 feet in. 32 feet down the line? What is him going down 32 feet ever? It's crazy. Anyways, 50 things you need to know about your home by the age of 50. We're going to do that when we come back. My name's Adam Helfman. Text me, 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer this morning? I am here to help you. We'll be right back.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can. Rocket.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Hi, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. It's really cold outside. You're in the house. You got a little bit of stir crazy going on. Well, I'm going to give you 5 projects that anyone can do this winter. Whether you decide to do it yourself or hire it done, painting your interior walls is a great project to get out of the way in the cold winter months. The ideal temperature for paint to dry is between 50 and 85 degrees. So winter is arguably better to paint in because you don't have to worry about running the air conditioning because you just painted. A change of colors on the walls can also help if you're starting to feel a case of the old cabin fever setting in. There's no time like the winter to get warmer floors. New carpet is an upgrade the whole family can appreciate. But you'll have to be careful because some new carpeting will give off VOCs, or what we call volatile organic compounds. So here's a tip. If you don't want to have to crack your windows open in the cold, ask your carpet installer to air out the carpeting for 3 to 5 days before they install it. Whether it's new grout, an updated sink faucet, or a full bathroom renovation, winter is the right time for working on your bathroom. The bathroom is an enclosed interior space, and you use it every day. That means you're going to appreciate it all year long. There's no time better than the winter for a brand new steam shower or a heated toilet seat. A lot of homeowners love running space heaters in the cold winter months, and I'm one of them. But space heaters utilize a lot of power and are a fire hazard if they're not placed properly or plugged into an outlet that isn't on a designated circuit. And speaking of outlets, winter is a great time to upgrade to built-in plugs with USB ports. Perfect for sitting under blankets and reading or binge watching your favorite shows. Insulation isn't a sexy home improvement, but it can lead to big savings in energy costs and a big improvement in your home's comfort level, especially in the cold winter months. One of the biggest problem areas for insulation is in your attic. Increasing insulation from R19 to R49 saves homeowners $600 a year on average.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. Got any questions this morning? 248-539-9797. We're live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. Got a great podcast for you. If you're ever interested in listening to a podcast that's like off the chains, it's mine. It's called Contractor Therapy, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage. Thank you, them. And Contractor Therapy is me unleashed. It's yelling and screaming about the homeowner from hell. Also, the contractor from hell. We got all that. And I have fun with it. One topic was the 4 dirty words of home improvement. Another one was don't feed the animals. So we've got like some good stuff. We have one story where I found a bag of cocaine in the rafters of a house. So you got to go tune into that because it's crazy fun. And by the way, if you have a question this morning, 248-539-9797, text me. I will give you the answer. Here, Adam, do you have that crazy automated toilet? Yeah, I do. Rosie's team, Real Living Key Realty, Downriver, Roseanne, Couvreur. Yeah, I'm looking for good real estate agents. Text me if you know some really good real estate agents. 248-539-9797. We've had water come through our roof last winter from melting snow. Who would you recommend to call to seal our roof? Yeah, it's an easy one. Everyone knows to go to Hire It Done for that. Shout out to Michelle Reed. Shout out to Julie Blau-Solomon. Call to Christian's Gutters. You're having gutter problems. Jason Brown, Public City PR, celebrating like long time in business. I remember sitting with Jason Brown from Public City PR. He was telling me, yeah, I'm thinking about starting my own business. I'm like, do it. And it's been nothing but looking back ever since. So I'm 52 years old. I look like I'm 35. Just ask all my 20-year-old girlfriends. But the point I'm making, my friends, is what are you supposed to know about a house when you get to be my age? Now, obviously, I'm the home improvement guy, so I have 4 generations of experience under my belt. I've remodeled and built approximately 10,000 homes. And I can prove it. So anyone out there says, that's a lie. Bring it, dude. Bring it. That's all I can say. But here's the deal. What are you, the homeowner, supposed to know? What are you supposed to learn about your house? Okay, so did you know that when you have, like, the water's not working in your house or something, or the power's out? Guess what? You can flush the toilet with a bucket. Did you know that? Yeah. Put a bucket of water in the toilet and then hit the flush button. Whoosh. Now, everybody at my age should know how to turn the water off in the water main at your house. You should be able to go in your basement, identify your water meter, and you should be able to learn how to turn it off. Not hard, right, friends? 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? I'm here. How about finding your property lines? Does anyone know why you need to know where your property lines are? By the way, your property lines are officially staked with iron stakes. Not the Iron Chef. Not the Wagyu A5 steak, but a metal stake. And it's probably underground now. They used to have them at the roof ground level, but they've sunk over years. So now, the key is you got to make sure that your property lines, you got a neighbor who steals a foot here, you got a problem. And we already talked about earlier the neighbors that know it all, right? What about drainage? At 50 years old, you should know how to deal with the drainage around your house. Seriously. Extending gutters, making sure that you're not flooding out, hiring the right contractor. But this is why Hire It Done exists. I exist for you people to give you good home improvement advice. I want you to have hassle-free home improvement. So that's what we do here at Hire It Done. We help you out. iTech Realty, Kingsley Ifazu. Shout out to him. 248-539-9797. You got a text, or you can text me a question, home improvement this morning. How do you adjust your water heater? Is it too hot? 140? 140 degrees. Oh my God, it's too hot. 120 degrees. Not hot enough. Guess what? Anywhere in between. Remember, they have mixing valves now. So if you put it really hot and you turn the water on your mixing valve, it adds cold water to cool it down. That's all. How about understanding electrical? I just did a podcast. Things you should do it yourself and things you should never do yourself. Electrical was one of the topics. You need to understand your electrical panels. You need to know of a GFCI, ground fault circuit interrupter, GFI for short. You need to know if you have breakers in your house that are screwing up. You need to know how to identify that. And then, of course, you need to know, should you call an electrician, right? Those are things you need to know. How about your sump pump? I have a sump pump. I have a sump crack in my house with a sump pump. It never works. Never goes off. You should test it. You should take a 5-gallon bucket, pour it into your sump, trigger the sump pump, and see if it works. Because God forbid it doesn't. We got water problems in your basement. And you know what happens when you have water problems? You call your insurance and he goes, oh, you don't have the extra flood damage protection. You don't have the broken sump pump protection. And it's funny. I'm in the middle of buying new homeowners insurance and other insurances from another business. So I talked to Phil Klein, PK Agency, Phil Klein Agency, PKA. Maybe you heard of them. They're one of the fastest growing insurance agents, home life or home business, auto, things like that. So easy to work with. My rep, Christina Welch, is her name. Thorough. If you want someone who's thorough and you want someone who actually explains what you need and gives you the best thing, can I be, can I be any more complimentary? But hey, that's what you got to do. So what about cleaning a dryer vent? Did you know how to clean a dryer vent? Or did you know that if it's not clean, you waste energy and risks of fire in your house? I've got a guy who cleans ductwork. And by the way, he cleans dryer vents. PKIG. Yeah, thanks, Ricky. I got it right. But, listen, it's Phil Klein Agency. That's what you got to do. So, Adam, text me, by the way, 248-539-9797. You got a question Google can't answer? Here's a good one. Hey, Adam, can you be a little more full of yourself? Tough listen. All you do is brag and pat yourself on the back. You look 50 plus 2, bro. Come on. Well, that's not what she said. It's okay. I'm just trying to convince people who need to know my confidence of my knowledge. And hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for playing the game, dude. Appreciate you. Number 1 radio show in the mornings on Saturdays. Remember that too. Must be doing something right. how to stop under the door air leaks. You got air coming in your house? Think about that. Do you? What do you do? Well, if you can feel a breeze, you need to do something about it. Now, you can go to the big box store and you can buy all these little devices that stop the air from coming in. Not a problem. I like that, right? And so you need to know how to do that. Not hard to do. 248-539-9797. What about fixing a loose doorknob? Do you ever have a doorknob and it's loose and the lock doesn't work and things are simple? But there are people who can't do it. Just ask Handy Pro, one of our handyman companies. They are so funny. They're like, yeah, Adam, we get calls for like tightening a doorknob. Well, that's what you're there for. I mean, really? Now, they say, this is one that I don't know. How to sharpen lawnmower blades? I don't even know how to turn a lawnmower on. My dad bought me a lawnmower because I thought I wanted to do it when I was a kid. I'm going to mow the lawn. So he bought a Toro. And you had to pull it, back in the day. I got it a few times, but I lasted like three cuts. And then my dad's like, dude, why aren't you cutting? Why aren't you doing this? I didn't feel like it. Yeah, I was a bad kid. But, little did I know before my identity that I was the anti-do-it-yourselfer. I'm not do-it-for-me guy. I just didn't know it yet. But it's okay. How about stuck pipes, loosening pipes, touching up without cleaning up? Those are a lot of items, right? What else? Planting trees? Pruning trees? Fertilizing your lawn? Do you need to know all that? I don't. There's a lot. How about everyone has chairs in their house that kind of like swiggle and get loose after a while? You know what I'm saying? I figured out how to fix them, but you can call a guy to do that. Now, are these the little simple ones? Fixing a loose screw? Now, here's the thing. Drain clogs. Fixing a drain clog? Come on. It's all good, though. It's all good. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, home remodeling during COVID-19. Expect it to cost 50% more and take twice as long. I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you how to avoid it when we come back. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Higher Done Radio Network.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Few things are guaranteed in home improvement, but clogged drains might be one of them. Nowadays, you can go online and you can find a million different tricks and hacks on how to fix a clogged drain. I asked Ron Alexander of Shelby Mechanical what he thinks about the do-it-yourself drain declogging methods. He said to me he would recommend staying away from any of those gimmicks. Vinegar, baking soda, or whatever else people talk about pouring down the drain. You're more than likely to just end up with a mess in the drain that's still clogged. I also don't recommend out-of-the-box chemical drain openers either. While those can be effective on some clogs, they can also damage your pipes and end up costing a lot of money in repairs down the road. But there are a handful of things you can try that are safe and do work before going through the trouble of having a plumber come out. The first method that Ron recommended was the good old-fashioned plunger and using hot water. Hot water can help break down the common clogging agents like grease and soap, and the plunger can sometimes push the clog through. According to Ron, it will depend on the type of clog and where the clog is and the shape of your drain as to whether or not plunging can effectively solve your problems. For a clog shower, Ron says the simplest answer might be the best. A lot of times with a shower, the problem is hair. And people don't realize that they could see the clog and maybe even just reach down and pull it out if they take off the drain cover. In the case of a clog that you can't quite reach, a coat hanger or a similar hook might help you remove the clog. If you're handy and you feel up to the task, you could always rent a plumber's snake at a big box store to deal with a particularly stubborn clog. Ron even has people call him on the phone for tips in the middle of working on their drain. People call me all the time and ask. I don't mind. If it's something simple I can recommend, I'll tell you. And if it's something I think we can come out and take a look at, I'll tell you that too. I always say there's nothing wrong with doing your due diligence and seeing if you can fix a problem yourself. But if you're getting nowhere, fighting a clogged drain all afternoon because you want to save a few dollars, ask yourself this. How much is your time worth? Because most homeowners, there's a point where the time is more valuable to them than what they would end up paying someone to fix it. And that's when it's time to make the call. For more plumbing tips, or if you're looking for a great plumber like Ron Alexander and his team at Shelby Mechanical, just head over to hireitdone.com. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. I am having a great Saturday. Like, there's nothing that can get me off today. I'm just doing great. Feeling good. You can't get me off track at all. We're talking about things that make you, when you have a house and you get to be a certain age, you should know these things. Like sucking out drain clogs. Like if your clog is drained, how about this? A wet dry vac? Stick it into the drain and turn it on. I never even thought of that. I'm going to try that. It says even plumbers use this trick sometimes. That's kind of cool. 248-539-9797. You got a question? Text me this morning. Shout out to Dan's. Dan's is some kind of place. I don't know. Shout out to Dan's. Dan something. Anyways, what about replacing loose or popped nails? Do you know how to do that in your house? Well, how about in your deck? Decking swells, and then it shrinks. And as it goes through the repeated cycles of wet and dry, frost, thaw, freeze, thaw, blah, 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 it causes nails to loosen and pop. So you got to learn how to do that. Loose gutters, another way. You got to get those done. So, like I said, friends, I got what you got. You have a question, I got the answer. So if you're thinking of doing a big project, is COVID affecting it? Think about that for a second. What do you do? Well, if you're thinking of doing a major home renovation, a big kitchen, a big bathroom, a room addition, a basement remodel, is it really going to take 50% longer? And is it really going to cost 50% more? I think it's going to cost more. So how do you lock in prices? I have a contractor in Detroit right now who I worked with the project. They're doing an eyeglass factory type of thing. Really cool. And they priced it a year ago. And a year ago, the prices were about 40% less. What do you do? How do you sign a contract a year ago? Now you're working on it and it takes more. That's a problem. 248-539-9797. You got a question? And I'm here to answer it. So competition right now is fierce. A contractor might initially offer an attractive price to beat out the other bids, but then the goal is to get you to sign the contract. And once you're locked in, they upsell you with add-ons. You got to watch out for that guy, okay? That's why Hire It Done is here to help you get the best price from the best contractors. However, there are guys out there that will lowball a job and then say, oh, Mrs. Jones, I got to charge you for this, this, and this. And you're like, what do you mean? Now, you can either fire him right then and there and say no, or you can work with him. But the key is to negotiate the best deal at the front and write down everything included and then equally what's not included. Shout out to Mike Anthony. He's another great contractor. We have great contractors. Renovation by Design, Tom Meeker. Okay? He's a great one. Motor, MCCS, call Motor City. But MCCS, they're rock stars, right? You got Mike Anthony. He's a good friend. I've known him my whole life. But he's a really good carpenter. Really good carpenter. Why would I say carpenter? Stonebridge Development. He is another good design build contractor. We'll call it like that. Do you know a good contractor out there? I want to know their name. Text me, 248-539-9797. You got to learn how to fix a wobbly ceiling fan. Did you know that? Does anyone know how to fix a wobbly ceiling fan? I do. I know how to clean one. I also know how to hire a guy to do it, right? How about changing locks? I don't know how to change locks. I call a locksmith. But you should know how to do it. Paint like a pro at my age? I know how to hire a pro at my age. Okay? Yes, Connie Elder just texted me. She wants to know if we're ever going to talk shop. Yeah, we need to talk shop. I keep forgetting about calling her. 248-539-9797. Text me. So what about a running toilet? Kohler used to have that phantom flush. They got it fixed. But now how do you fix a running toilet anywhere? Toto, any brand. Is the flapper valve broken? What's going on there? Well, there's ways to figure it out. We all know how to. I just want you to know. Squeaky floors. When you're my age, when you get to be 50, do you fix squeaky floors? How do you fix squeaky floors? Shout out to JK Home Improvement. Text me, 248-539-9797. If you're a contractor and listening, I'll give you a shout out. Can you fix squeaky floors? They make a product called Squeak Ender. I've used it for years. But if you don't, you can get cedar shims, some WD-40 or some silicone spray, spray the cedar shim, spray the area between the joist and the floor, and tap it in there. And the oil or the slickness of the silicone or whatever you're using, and the shim pushes everything. And then when you walk on it, it stops squeaking because the slickness gets rid of it. The slickness. Is that a word, slickness? I just made up another word. Slickness. Okay, how to fix cracks in your drywall? You got to hire that done too, right? Spackle, crack route. What about your washing machine? Here's the best part. I used to tell people, okay, my show's not a do-it-yourself show. But I'm not anti-do-it-yourself. I'm pro-do-it-for-me. What does that mean? I'm going to teach you how to ask the repairman how to fix your washing machine. I'm not going to teach you how to fix it from doing the tango across the floor. Because if you have a little slickness, is slickness my version of sickness? It could be, because I have a sickness. It's called Saturday morning craziness. My therapist knows this. He says to me, "You're definitely bipolar. You're definitely a nut job." I'm not bipolar, but I'm just saying. Maybe I am. Not today though. Which Adam are you getting is what you get to know. How to fix an unbalanced washing machine? Yeah. What about heating and cooling? At my age, are you supposed to know heating and cooling? No, come on, Houston. You're supposed to know to call the guy to fix it. You're supposed to know how to change your air filter. Now, if you're like me, you're not going to do the monthly air filter. You're going to get the 4 or 5 inch filter and you're going to change it once a year, right? Or every 6 months. Because you call up Air Temp Mechanical. You call up Running Rate. You'll call up Airmaster. These guys are the best. And what they'll do is they'll fix your furnace. They'll change the filter. They'll tune it up. Am I all over the board today? Always. Can you refer a good rough carpenter for hire? Of course. Of course I can. JB Erosion. Shout out on the job site for JB Erosion in the house. Of course, CNS Carpentry. Shout out to them, Steve and Curtis. They're great. In fact, they're my new favorite guys. Bussins Appliance. Shout out to them. A good carpenter for hire. Yeah, I can text me or email me, Adam@HireItDone. I'll send you a name of a guy. Adam Carmen with GGA Construction, most honest contractor out there, and it does amazing work. Shout out to GGA. I like that name, GGA. Tim from Apex Floors listens every week. Thanks, Tim, for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. 248-539-9797. You got to learn how to maintain your heating and cooling. That's by calling the right guy. Now, what about garbage disposal? As long as you keep the key, that's all you got to do. Now, we talked about garbage disposals earlier in the show, and I got in trouble because I was teaching people how to do things with your garbage disposal that you're not supposed to. But hey, it's all good. Life is good. Working on the weekends. Anyways, how do you fix your garbage disposal? You either use the key or you hire it done. Can you change light switches? I don't do anything electrical. I finally got shocked one time, and that was the last time I ever said I'm doing electrical. That was it for me. Kaboom. Can't do that. What else is there? How about fixing your own deck? Can you fix your own deck? Yeah, you can replace one or two boards. But renovating your own deck and building a deck, that's a pro job. A PRO job. Let's keep it to the way it is. Now, how about fixing windows? No way. We always tell everyone, fixing a window, the best window is the one that's installed properly, right? According to Glenn Hagee, and I agree with that. But what else? How about glazing, changing the glass? Equitable Glass. That's a company I've been working with on the east side. They're doing mirrors, they're doing shower doors, and they're doing some windows for me right now. Great company, by the way. So, listen, the whole point of this show is home improvement. It's finding the good contractors. It's finding the guys that show up, the guys that give you a fair price. Combs Electric, on the way 8 days a week. Are you guys like 24/10? I love that. Anyways, I appreciate the show. I'm in my early 20s. I have a tight budget, and I save so much during these jobs myself. Retirees have money to spend, might want to call someone fix things. Yeah, getting a good handyman. Matt, thank you for that. All right, folks, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Another great show. Go green today, right? Because I'm a Michigan State grad. So go green and go white in his house. My name's Adam Helfman. This is the Hire It Done Radio Network. I'll see y'all next week.